Brownstown. And I know that might have been a little bit before your time, but that was most iconic race hauler that we've ever seen right there. And we've got the Kenworth right there. Again, Kevin Green, Crystal, Canada. They completely redone that. And just truly an amazing sight here to honor a great, great man that, I mean, he's a legend, right? I mean, without him, we probably wouldn't be here tonight. CJ Rayburn.
Yeah, absolutely. Spent a lot of time running with the Northern All-Stars when Dad was helping Scott Smith back late 90s, early 2000s. Spent a lot of time with CJ up and down the road, and I enjoyed that time. Some of my fondest memories growing up, you know, being able to spend time with Dad and those guys running up and down the road.
Yeah, and he started here again, ran his first race here in 1978, and won the first Jackson 100. Charlie Swartz is the driver at the CJ Rayburn House Car, and again won back-to-back with Russ Petro, who's here tonight, 82 and 83. The late, great Kenny Simpson in 1984, and of course then through the 80s with like Jim Curry and Jack Boggs, and then Jeff Purvis. Awesome sight there, leading the field. Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Shepard. Your front row, Jason Jamison, Nick Hoffman, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Hudson O'Neill. Dustin Jarrett reporting from the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, missing man formation. We lost him on January 1st, 2022. Everybody rise a tribute to the late, great C.J. Rayburn. Big crowd on here tonight, tomorrow night. It should be absolutely full to the gills. And again, gates open at noon. Dirt Racing Outreach at the Pavilion at 2. Autograph session 4:30, Dustin Jarrett.
Full to, when you said full to the gills, not the Gill family.
Not John. He might be here, John Gill. He might be. We've got Brian Burkhoff. He's here tonight. He's working on Ricky Thornton Jr.'s crew. You've got Jim Curry and Mike Jewell and Russ Petro and Ray Gotze. Living more Hall of Famers than any other racetrack in the history of dirt track racing or come out of Brownstown, Indiana. And right now, someone's going to win the C.J. Rayburn Memorial. Jonathan Davenport and Brandon Shepard. The Nutrien Solutions start zone. We are underway. 40 laps, 10,500 to the winner. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They quickly try to go 3 wide. Hope and try to sneak through the middle. Cannot make it work. Here comes Jamison on the bottom. Jamison second to Scott Bloomquist. The 2017 Jackson 100 as Davenport leads off at turn 4. Jamison runs in second. And now Brandon Shepard battles on the bottom as they head down the back straightaway. Go side to side at turn number 3. Hoffman, Ford, Thornton, O'Neill, Rice, Alberson, Moran, and English off at turn 4. It is the driver out of Blairsville, Georgia. Out at turn number 2, trying to gain. He's 70 behind Ricky Thornton Jr. right there, the 20 RT, the reigning World 100 winner a few weeks ago at Eldora. Off at turn number 4, JD with 3 in the books with the lead in the 1. And we got a car slowing in turn number 2, and it's Justin Ratliff. And the Goldman Farms Racing caution is out for the Campbellsville, Kentucky native. Well, the Rattler, former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year back in 07. One career win that came with LaSalle, Illinois that same year. And so I'm not sure if it's a driveline failure or what, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. As a matter of fact, I was standing right by the JRR Racing crew down here, and they all kind of threw their arms up in the air. It looks like they're uncertain right now as well, James. But the 16 of Justin Ratliff, we'll see if he makes the hard left-hand turn into the infield or the hard right-hand turn off the racetrack and calls it a night. And it looks like he may be making his way into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, but James, it'll all be for naught. Yep. I'm understanding it's a driveline failure on the 16.
So Justin Ratliff, who ran a handful of races last year, came here and ran second to teammate Dalton Wilson back in August in the Hall of Fame Classic, is out of this one, unfortunately. So he'll try better tomorrow. Tim Tunga turning the wrenches on him and the 12 car. And, of course, Dean Bowen, the crew chief on the 18D. So 2 laps in the books. It's Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Shepard, Jason Jamison, Nick Hoffman, Ricky Thornton Jr., then O'Neill, Rice, Alberson, English, and Moran. Jonathan Davenport, former Jackson 100, he has 2 wins here at Brownstown in his career, which is probably headed to the Hall of Fame at some point. How about the Flow Racing documentary the other night on JD? A 4-part series on Flow Racing. Gets to replay that on Flow Racing. Gets to replay tonight's race as well. As we got a car at the All Makes Collision Service Center in turn 4, DJ, and it's Brandon Shepard.
Yeah, Brandon Shepard slowing down out there. Hey, James, just wanted to reiterate, it is confirmed by the Ratliff Racing crew that it's a broken drive shaft on the 16. The Rattlers' night is done.
We're still picking up pieces on the racetrack, so hopefully he'll get that repaired for tomorrow. The 3-race team, James Ratliff, based in Campbellsville, Kentucky, Dalton Wilson, Jason Jamison, and Justin Ratliff. So it'll be Delaware double file restarts, 40 laps tonight. And again, caution or red flag. All lap cars go to the back. So Ratliff out of the race. He'll finish 24th here tonight. Again, tonight's racing has no bearing on tomorrow night's lineups. Again, we'll redo this whole show. New entrants are expected and welcome tomorrow night. It will start at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, an hour earlier. 6 o'clock tomorrow night with hot laps. We also the Pro Late models, they will run the Bowman 50 here shortly. Then they'll be done for the weekend. Then we'll bring in the Super Stocks and the Pure Stocks tomorrow night. They'll put on a good show here, as they always do at Brownstown. It's a quarter-mile track. It opened in 1952. You see the track, you see right there in front of the scales. That was a half-mile all the way across through the pit area around 3 and 4. That was the original layout. It was actually a horse track they started on. And in this current configuration, came about in 1955. And then, of course, in a couple more years, the renovation. Yes, DJ.
Yeah, James, they actually raced on the half mile here for a few years, correct?
Yes, they did, from 52 to 55. And that early in 55, that's when they started on the current configuration. Now, they used to run figure eights here in the 60s. Have you ever been to a figure 8 race, Dustin Jarrett?
I have. Yes, I have. Of course. That's fun. Have you ever raced in a figure 8 race?
No,
James?
I have not.
You should.
I have raced in a spectator race at Putnamville, Indiana once.
Oh, my. How'd you do?
In a 77 Monte Carlo. Not good.
Oh.
Not good.
Okay.
Not good.
New topic.
Yes. There we go. All right. 2 in the books. Jonathan Davenport, $250,000 to win the championship in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series out in front. Long way to go at Brownstown. Shepard on the bottom, down the back straightaway. Thornton through the middle, hopping down low as they go into turn number 3. It is going to be out at turn number 4. It's still JD out in front. Shepard second in 1. Jason Jamison third, hopping fourth. Thornton runs in fifth down the back straightaway. Jamison has a run in that 12 car, running for Jeff Gullett, the late great Jeff Gullett. We lost last September as they head down the main straightaway. Jamison trying to get on the podium here tonight. He was second in this year's Northern All-Star Late Model Dirt Series points as he heads down the back straightaway. On Brandon Shepard third, Davenport third is rather Jamison fourth, Thornton fifth. Josh Rice is up to fifth and 11. Rice started at 8th. And that Rick Jones team, Sinessa's rocking down the back straightaway. Look at Jason Jamison into the bottom at turn number 3. Davenport with the lead right now, 0.6 of a second as we score lap number 6. Brandon Shepard second, Jamison still way up top down the back straightaway. The crossover on Thornton. They go side by side at turn 3. Jamison gets the spot back. Hoffman still in 5th, and it's O'Neill, Rice, Alberson, Moran. Tanner English runs in 10th. Bobby Pierce is 11th. 7 laps in the record books. There's O'Neill in 71. Again, that battle for the championship. Every position important. It's full points tonight, tomorrow night, Friday and Saturday at Pittsburgh, and then the Dirt Track World Championship to end the year.
Trouble in 3, James. Looks like Tanner English was involved there. There's a car over the bank in 3.
Tanner English was running in 10th, and at Coleman Farms Racing 96, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, Tanner English got into turn number 3 just a little too low. He assaulted the Uke tire, Chris Ferguson, and someone else. It was either Hilsebeck or Troutman went out pretty quick off the top of turns 3 and 4, and it was Troutman. Looks like he's going to make his way back on.
You see the left side body damage. Well, English was running 10th. Chris Ferguson 12th. Drake Troutman 13th. And we'll see if we can find a Coleman Farm, a Dave Warren Power Sports caution to see what happens. Here is from the drone for those at home watching, and Tanner English is not happy. Here it is from the drone, Dustin George and Dustin Jarrett. We'll take a look at it. Oh, wow. So English goes around in about a 360 there. Let's see it if we can see it again as we are under caution. Wow. So Tanner English down in the All Makes Collision Center work area. Not a happy camper. So we got 7 in the books as we'll go back to the last completed lap. I assume when he did a 360 that Ferguson and Troutman involved as Drake Troutman into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, DJ.
Yeah, you're exactly right, James. Those two drivers both had to exit the top of the racetrack. Troutman went flying off the top of the racetrack. He's made his way down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit right now. A little bit of damage on the left rear of that race car. They're actually going to change the left rear tire on the GR Smith number 22 and try to get the 2024 O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year back out on the Speedway.
Well, Chris Ferguson here on the main straightaway, and he's got a steering issue there. May have a tie rod. As you see Troutman down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. By the way, get your favorite Heartbeat Hot Sauce product. Go to heartbeathotsauce.com or on Amazon. And Chris Ferguson damages. He's going to go on the hook for the Mount Holly, North Carolina driver.
Yeah, you called it. And James, I don't know if they got the camera on or not. They just now got the left rear off Drake Troutman's race car. He had damage. He actually had the brace that holds the door out was actually shoved up underneath the right rear, or the left rear rather, of that race car. They had to actually take the jack handle off and bend that brace and bend part of the door back so they could get the old left rear off and put the new left rear on.
Well, they were side by side down there, and I believe English got in one of the tires, right, Tiffany, the way it looked? Can run that back again. And then Ferguson and then Troutman had to take evasive action as Chris, his second time here. In 5 years, he came here in the COVID year in 2020. So he is going to go on the hook, and repairs for the Brian Connard, his dad's car, that Stinger chassis here. Be back tomorrow night. There you see the tire off of, I believe, Troutman's car. So we've got 7 in the books. And Ferguson will make repairs, be back tomorrow night. Jonathan Davenport, your leader. Brandon Shepard is second. Jason Jamison third. Ricky Thornton Jr. is fourth. Nick Hoffman fifth. Sixth is Hudson O'Neill. Seventh, Josh Rice. Eighth, Devin Brand. Ninth, Garrett Alverson. And 10th will be Bobby Pierce, Dustin.
Yeah, and you nailed it, James, on the 22 of Chris Ferguson. The damage on that left front has got it towed way, way out. He's going to get towed back into the pit area. He's going to call it a night.
Remember, he was a hard Charger candidate here 5 years ago in the Jackson 100, his first appearance here ever. And right now he was running in 12th in this race. So he'll make repairs, be ready for tomorrow night. Jonathan Davenport, that race for the championship, $250,000, a dirt late model record. In fact, the top 4 running for over $500,000, right? I mean, it's incredible the money they have up for grabs in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. By the way, Ricky Thornton tonight, with a good finish, he will go over $500,000 in earnings just in the Lucas Oil Series. Of course, coming off a $72,000 victory in the World 100 at Eldora a few weeks ago, where we will end our season at Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway, Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championships. So somebody could walk out of there about $350K, right? $100,000 to win, $250,000 to win the championship. Ricky Thornton Jr., a former Dirt Track World Champion, but that was at Portsmouth. Brandon Shepard, he is tied with Freddie Smith 5 times a Dirt Track World Championship, trying to win a record 6th here next month. Camping and tickets on sale at EldorasSpeedway.com. For those that buy pre-order, you'll get a chance to be into the Denego bike. We're going to do 3 giveaways that week, so you got a chance to win some nice prizes there. And that'll be at the week of the Dirt Track World Championship coming up next month. Again, we'll be at Pittsburgh next weekend, then we'll be off the next weekend, and then wrap up the season at the Big E. So Ricky Thornton Jr. sporting the Midwest Sheet Metal Orange Spoiler, the current points leader, as we have cleared Chris Ferguson. All right, back ready to go green at the Nutrient Solutions start zone for the Lance Darla Landers Double the Motorsports 49 Corvette Power Runner to that Longhorn. We are back underway at B-Town out of turn 4. Shepard and Jamison have had a sporty race for second. Jamison has that top groove down the back straightaway, and O'Neal goes around at 71. And Hilzebeck gets into him. So Hudson O'Neal, coming off a win in Knoxville last weekend, in trouble here early on with 7 laps complete. And then O'Neal goes around, and in contact from Hilzebeck, Daniel had nowhere to go. O'Neal was running in 6th.
Well, James Hudson O'Neal is going to drive away, and I believe Daniel Hilzebeck going to be able to drive away as well. Hud's going to make his way into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit and come to the attention of Anthony Burrows and the rest of the crew on the 71.
Dave Warren Power Sports replay. What happened in turn 2 is we're back green as working lap number 8, and there's contact with the 20 RT. They got down there low, and then Hilzebeck plows into O'Neal. Well, there you have it. You make the call at home, right, Destin George? All right, 7 complete. So it'll be Davenport, Shepard, Jamison, Thornton, Hoffman, Rice will now be 6th, and Moran, Alberson, Pierce, and I believe Clay Harris will be 10th as O'Neal makes his way back out of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Dustin.
Yeah, and he made his way back out. He almost left the hood on the top of the race car. The crew actually grabbed it real quick as he was driving off. So Hudson O'Neal will be finishing this race, or at least running the next few laps until there's a caution with no hood on the 71.
Well, O'Neal on his return, and he's going to go out of the race. Hudson O'Neal is done for this one as he's gone pit side. So 7 laps complete. Did not get that lap 8 in as we started it, but did not get around to the leader plus 3. So that'll move up several drivers a spot, Dustin.
Yeah, speaking of drivers moving up a spot, James, I'll tell you one guy to keep your eye on, actually a few guys, are guys that are starting on the outside, specifically at the front of the field, the 12 of Jason Jamison. When these guys on the bottom, James, I've noticed on these last couple restarts, when they get all bottled up, keep your eyes on Jamison, man. He really rips the top. He's able to gain a lot of ground. And again, you say, well, come on, DJ, he's up there. He's on the outside front row. He should be able to. But I'm telling you, man, that 12 car, that red 12, when he hits the top side right down in turns 1 and 2, I'm not sure that there's anybody else on the racetrack better than the driver of that James Ratliff Racing number 12.
Yeah, no doubt. Running that top, trying to win it for Gullett. Right now runs in 3rd. All right, we'll get them in line, single them up, then we'll double them file up behind your leader. So right now with 7 laps complete, An early contender for the Hoker Trucking Hard Chargers, the Big Perm. In the 18D, we'll keep an eye on his progress. Right there with 7 down, 33 to go in the CJ Rayburn Memorial. Jonathan Davenport has led from the start of this race. They come out of turn 4, the new Twin Act Solutions restart down. What can Shepard, Jamison, Hoffman, Thornton do with your leader into turn number 1? Down the back straightaway here at Brownstown. Shepard on the bottom, Jamison up top, then a battle behind them between Ricky Thornton Jr. and Nick Hoffman as JD leads off at turn number 4 and 49. Jason Jamison trying to make that top work. Nick Hoffman out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Hoffman's got a good hot rod coming off that 3rd place in the World 100. He won the Hoosier Classic here a week ago. We got business picking up the front. They're 3 wide for second into 1. 3 wide for second into turn 1. We got a car off the pace on the main straightaway, and it's Carson Ferguson, a right rear tire down in 93, and the caution is out. Oh, man. Right rear tire down in the 93. 9 laps complete. Dustin Jarrett, they were 3 wide for second off at turn 4.
They weren't just 3 wide for second. They were coming down the back straightaway. And Jonathan Davenport, your race leader, is heading into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, James. I believe a flat tire on the 49. I'll report back.
Oh my goodness.
It is, James. It's a flat left rear tire on the 49 of race leader Jonathan Davenport.
Wow. It is what unbelievable. We've only run 9 of, I think CJ would still like it. We've run 9 of 40, and your new leader will be Brandon Shepard as the Double M Motorsports crew is going to put a left rear tire on. Wow, wow, wow. They were 3 wide coming off at turn 4 for second. Shepard, Jamison, and Hoffman. Has Ferguson slowed with a right rear flat. And we got the leader plus 3. There's Carson Ferguson, the Paler Motorsports 93 into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. He was running back in 21st, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, they just put a new right rear on Carson Ferguson's number 93 as well. So he's going to try to work his way through this madness that is the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. He's going one direction, Jonathan Davenport going the other direction, and there's a look at the tire, the right rear they pulled off the Paylor Motorsports number 93 of Carson Ferguson.
Correct myself. He was running in 10th. Davenport coming back out, but he's on the tail end of the field. So Ratliff is out. Chris Ferguson is out. O'Neill is out. So JD, he will restart around 20th, 21st here in this race. Still 31 to go. Tanner English back into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. In the Brett Coltman 96 car. Always a strong runner here at Brownstown. You see the front of that car. So Brandon Shepard out in front. 2 times the winner here at Brownstown. All right. Jamison second, Hoffman third, Moran, Thornton back underway at Brownstown. 31 to go. Thornton's going to slide up the track. Big chance for Ricky Thornton Jr. to stretch out his championship lead as Jamison slips off the back straightaway, brings it back on. You can do that at Brownstown. No walls here as they head down the main straightaway. It's Shepard and Hoffman into turn 1. 10 laps in the books. Nick Hoffman looking for his first career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He's won here at Brownstown. He won the Hoosier Classic here last June. But trying to make it count here tonight as Devin Moran has climbed to 3rd. In 99, 11 laps in the books. Here comes Moran down the back straightaway. Moran will have a run on the 9. In the team that he used to drive for, Ty Touring, they're side by side at a turn 4 for second at the line, and give it to Moran. Devin Moran, he's won the last 2 Indiana breakers. And we got Pollubs at turn 4, and
Carson
Ferguson and Jonathan Davenport, Dustin Jarrett. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, I did not see what happened, but I do see race car parts on the racetrack. James Davenport is going to make his way around, and he's actually stopped on the racetrack and is not happy with it. Looked like Daniel Hilsebeck in the 22. Don't forget Jonathan Davenport racing for a series championship here as well, as this is the very first night in that Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP. JD with damage on the snout of that race car. He's going to come to the attention of the 49 crew. Carson Ferguson going to try to work his way back around as well. James, action heating up, and my Lord, we've only got 12 laps in the books.
My goodness. How about Shepard's leading? Moran started 10th. He's second. Nick Hoffman is third. Fourth is Thornton. Fifth is Alberson. Sixth is Jamison. Seventh is Pierce. Eighth is Rice. Ninth is Harris. 10th is Turbo. And we've got a couple looks here on the Dave Warren Power Sports caution as the drone is getting a workout, and our camera folks, you see in the back there what happened is they go and the 22 and Hilsebeck in the 49. So those two will have to go to the back, 93 and 49. 12 in the books. Man, the night started out good for Davenport. Overall fast time out of 48 cars. He won his heat race, started on the Victory Fuel pole and has a flat tire. 9 laps into this race, and in the back there with Ferguson, as you see him shaking his head. Man, oh man, oh man.
James Carson Ferguson back down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well. I believe the night's going to be finished for the 93. That's a tough break for the Donald and Gina Bradshaw own team.
A tough couple of weeks for that 93 team. They've had speed all year long. Well, we'll do a single file, and then we'll take another look at what happened down there between the 22 of Hilsebeck, 49 Davenport, 93 of Ferguson. As again, 12 laps in the books. We're still 8 shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. And Chris Davis going to sell a lot of sheet metal. In the back. I don't know, Dustin. They were in the back, so we'll get this ironed out here, and then single lap, and then we'll Delaware double file them. You see it coming off a 4. Man, if we can keep this thing green, we've had some great racing there with, again, a 3-wide battle when it came to the line, and then
And James, after all this, and I know that he was out front on that last restart, Brandon Shepard finds himself out front here at Brownstown. And I know you've got the Brownstown history up there. It's not a place that we always see Bishop. Listen, he's had good runs here, right? But I mean, at least in terms of the Jackson.
A couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, he's only got a couple wins here. And in terms of the Jackson 100, his best finish was 4th way back in 2015.
If Chris Davis was here, he'd be smiling, wouldn't he? He's got some sheet metal.
He's watching from home. He texted me earlier. I know he's watching
Springfield,
from home.
Missouri. Yes, thank you, Chris, for all that you do. Shepard, Moran, who started 10th, and Hoffman, they will be side by side on the restart. Again, we talked about Devin Moran. He drove for Ty Touring for a few years there. This now Nick Hoffman's car owner. There, that team based in Coshocton, Ohio, is where Ty Touring is from. All right, Thornton, Alberson, Jamison, Pierce, Rice, Clay Harris, Turbo is 10th, and McIntosh, Overton, Big Perm, Marler, and Ebert, your top 15. Bowman 50 coming up next. The Indiana Pro Late Models. Dustin George will be on the call. Man, Dustin George, it's great racing, man. We just can't keep it green, can we? Please stay green, right? Holy cow.
So far, a lot of guys coming towards the front here. Looks like Dalton Wilson up 10 spots, 23rd to 13th. Devin Moran 10th to 2nd.
Yeah, and it's
Blake
far
Harris
from
and
him. Yeah.
Tyler Erb up 8 spots.
We're 8 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jacks, halfway back underway at Brownstown. The Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. B-Shep, Moran, Hoffman's got a good hot rod down the back straightaway. And here comes Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson was 5th. He may be 4th on this restart out of turn number 4. Man, Thornton's going to slide in front of Alberson. And down the main straightaway, 13 in the books. Hopping on the outside, down the back straightaway, it's 199 and 9. Into turn 3. Please stay green the rest of the way. I don't know if we can, but we're going to try. Zay down the main straightaway. Moran digging hard, Hoffman back into 2nd and 9. Thornton is 4th. Alberson, Josh Rice, Bobby Pierce is up to 7th. Tyler Erb, one of B-Main, he's up to 8th. Jason Jameson 9th. Clay Harris is 10th. Off of turn number 4, battle here. Garrett Alberson. He is going to clear Ricky Thornton Jr. GA to 4th rather, and then Roberts 58. Now the battle for lead into turn number 3. It's a 3-car battle right now. Off at turn 4, it is still Brandon Sheppard as we score lap 16. It is Brandon Sheppard, Nick Hoffman, Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson, Ricky Thornton Jr. out of turn number 2. Nick Hoffman, a sterling performance in the World 100. 3rd there as he comes off at turn number 4. Brandon Sheppard, 5-time dirt track world champion into 1. 5th into Lucas Oil Points. That pays $100,000, but he's eyeing that 10K here tonight. Going to turn number 3. Again, 3 distinct grooves here. Out of turn 4, it is B-Shep still in front, 18 complete. Nick Hoffman is still 2nd. Devin Moran 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr. is 4th. Nick Hoffman works that outside. Again, he won the Hoosier Classic here last June, and the Outlaws down the main straightaway. Brandon Sheppard into 1. Hoffman right through the middle. The deficit is 0.5 of a second down the back straightaway. Hoffman going to run. B-Shep still leads. That rocket 1.2 as they come off at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway around this quarter-mile oval at Brownstown. We are at the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. 20 down and 20 to go. It's Sheppard, Hoffman, Moran, Thornton, Alberson, Rice, Pierce, Turbo, Jameson, Harris. Big Perm is up to 11th. Off at turn number, we see the battle back here in the split box. Here comes Garrett Alberson right through the middle. That Roberts Racing 58. Got his first one in Knoxville last week in the preliminary night. He'll go to the bottom, down the back straight. Remember, he is in that battle for 5th in the points with Brandon Sheppard as Garrett Alberson. And right now, it clicks off another lap. 21 complete for Brandon Sheppard. There's the battle there, Garrett Alberson. No doubt character here tonight as they go down the back straightaway. They're going to go side by side, Garrett Alberson and Ricky Thornton Jr. Off at turn number 4, they are still side by side. Plenty of racing room here tonight at Brownstown. 23 complete, 17 to go in the C.J. Rayburn Memorial. Ricky Thornton Jr. won this race before he won it last year. Mike Marler won the Jackson 100. Into turn number 1, Brandon Sheppard now with the lead. Into turn number 3, the advantage has grown. It's 1 second for B-Shep. Down the main straightaway. Battle continues back here. Thornton 4th. 5th is Alberson. Davenport hasn't made much headway. He's back in 18th. We're going to have traffic for Brandon Sheppard into turn 3. Working the 20. First-year Super Late Model Racer Tyler Neal. Through the middle is Brandon Sheppard. Here comes Hoffman in 9. Nick Hoffman in 9. Moran in 99. Here they go down the back straightaway. We have 14 to go. Off at turn 4, we're going to make it 13 to go for 1, 9 and 99 in heavy traffic. Hoffman to go to the bottom. So does Moran. Bound for the lead at turn number 2. They're side by side. Down the back straightaway. Sheppard has to be able to call off the pace of the back straightaway. And will he make it off the racetrack? And as they come out at turn number 4, it's still Sheppard. Hoffman now goes to the middle. Moran now they're side by side again briefly out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 12 to go. Into turn number 3 in the C.J. Rayburn Memorial. You know, Carl Jerome's looking down on this. He is loving this action. Down the main straightaway, Hoffman to the outside into 1. Out in 2. Down the back straightaway. It's only official line. They're side by side for the lead. They'll have 10 to go this time around. Brandon Sheppard and Nick Hoffman. This place better be packed tomorrow night as they come out of turn number 4. New leader is Nick Hoffman in 9. Nick Kaufman takes the lead with 10 to go. Shepard, here comes Moran as they get around the 22 of Drake Trauman. Shepard back on the bottom in that Valvoline Rocket Ford Durham number 1. They go side by side into 3. Off at turn 4. Here they go at the line. It's a car length lead for the 9. The Tide Touring Motorsports entry. 31 laps complete here tonight. Devin Moran is about 9/10 of a second behind it. It's Albertson, Thornton, Rice, Pierce, Turbo, Harris, Jamison, but all eyes up front. Between the Mooresville, North Carolina driver and the New Berlin, Illinois driver, Brandon Shepard. Nick Hoffman looking for his first career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He's second in the Outlaw points. Again, an impressive third in the World 100 as they come off of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, Hoffman loves Brownstown Speedway. As they come out of 2 behind the 49 of Jonathan Davenport, your early race leader trying to put him a lap down. The battle right now is 9 and 1 off of 4 down the main straightaway. It's not over yet. 6 to go. Any restarts coming up here from now on in the next completed lap with 5 or less to go will be single file. As they go into turn number 3, Hoffman, Shepard out of 4. Heavy traffic in front of your leader. Hoffman into 1 besides his good buddy Jonathan Davenport. 5 to go down the back straightaway. Here comes Shepard. Here comes Devin Moran down the back straightaway. And we got a car off the track bringing it back on. I believe that was Albertson. Garrett Albertson was back and forth, Thornton the battle back here. Meanwhile, we have 4 to go for Nick Hoffman, Brandon Shepard, and Devin Moran, and traffic is going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue if it stays green to the checker. Shepard gets a run into 3. Hoffman tries to cut down out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. Shepard will ease out of it. He'll floor it right now down the main straightaway. They have 3 to go. 3 to go. They're 3 wide in front of your leader down the back straightaway. There's Hoffman. Here comes Shepard. Leaving into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4. He cannot hold his momentum. Hoffman, though, he's got decisions to make. We'll have 2 to go next time around at Dandy at B-Town. Brownstown Speedway, we love you down the back straightaway. Here comes Brandon Shepard and Devin Moran. Into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4. Barron's Performance. White flag. 1 lap to go. Hoffman trying to shut the door into 1. He'll try to get as low as he can. By the 96 of Tanner English. Brandon Shepard's going to get a run down the back straightaway as they enter the checkers. Rob Penrod's going to wave the checkered. Shepard, 1 last chance. Moran sails it up top. Nick Hoffman down the straightaway. Here comes Shepard at the line. Oh, baby. Are you serious? 0.081 seconds. The 9. Brownstown does not disappoint here tonight. Dustin George's place ought to be packed tomorrow night. No doubt about it. Get here early. What a show by those top 3 fans. Give them a big round of applause. And how about Devin Moran and Brandon Shepard congratulating him. He's got to go to the UNOA scales first. It's a pound per lap burn off, 40 pounds. And then check the droop. But what a race, Brownstown. Did you enjoy that one? Oh, baby. That was good. So unofficially right now, it's Hoffman, his first ever win in the Lucas Oil Series. Brandon Shepard, 0.081 seconds second. Devin Moran from 10th third. Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th. Garrett Albertson 5th. Josh Rice 6th. Bobby Pierce 7th. Tyler 8th. 9th. Clay Harris 10th. Dalton Wilson, who's the Oker Trucking Hard Charger. Mr. George as we go. And it is
Dalton Wilson up 13 spots.
23rd to 10th. Very good. Stick around. We'll have it here on Flow. The Bowman 50 for the Indiana Pro Late Models. They go to the scales at Brownstown. Wow. What a finish. That was almost a photo finish, but it's 0.081 seconds on the scoring monitor. Yes, and Jason Grimes going to bring $500 more to Hoffman. Hey, if you're watching, come on, you can't miss 100 laps tomorrow night for $50K, right? Gates open 12 noon. Dirt Racing Outreach at 2, autograph session 4:30. Beautiful day, 80 degrees. Can't beat that. Dustin Jarrett, Brownstown did not disappoint here tonight, man, as we keep putting on great shows. I mean, how about Knoxville last week? But this one here was a dandy.
The house that Essex built.
There
right?
you go.
The house that Essex built, brother. Hey, just waiting on Nick Hoffman to pass through the UNOH Tech and Scale area and make his way back out to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane.
Coming at you, brother. First career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
So Nick Hoffman going to make his way back out here to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. It'll be his 9th win overall of the season to match the car number on Ty Torig's number 9. James, you mentioned it, a $500 bonus going to Jason Grimes. And Nick Hoffman will officially become the 94th different winner in the history of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. In that Ty Torig, NOS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Burlisle Performance Products, Tri-Valley Equipment Sales, Lone Wolf Petroleum, number 9. He runs well here. Ty Torig down here in Victory Lane with him as well. Congratulations, Ty. A winner of the C.J. Rayburn Memorial here tonight. How about at Brownstown Speedway? The 94th different winner with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is going to be Mooresville, North Carolina's Nick Hoffman. Helmet in the air, the NOS Energy Drink splashed down here in Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. How about that one, man? How about that one, Nick Hoffman? Hey, talk to me a little bit about that race, especially the last 10 laps or so. You and the Rocket One up there battling for lead. Walk me through those last 8 or 10 laps and how you got this car to victory lane.
Yeah, holy shit. There was a lot of stuff that happened that race. And, man, the beginning there, I just didn't know where to be, and then I was trying to play defense a little bit because I had Ricky beside me, and then just trying to get around Jason Jamison there, and finally got clear of him and could kind of run where I wanted to, and Devin showed me a nose there and was able to get by me on that one start and got me back to the outside on that restart, and I knew our car was good enough to do it. It was just like picking the right lanes, and then we got there to the end, and I got too loose there at the end, and got to the point where I couldn't run where I wanted to, and obviously I started playing defense there, and Sheppy behind you, you know he's not going to run you over. He's probably the cleanest guy out here, and but also you expect him to be on the top, you know, and I could hear him somewhere, you know, and I'm deaf in one ear, so I'm like trying to figure out where the hell is that noise coming from, and obviously it was to my inside, so I couldn't park it on the bottom like a lot of them guys could and take back off. I have to circle, and he obviously could, and damn near beat me back to the line, so man, that was awesome.
Was this one of those races where maybe it was almost better being in second so you could see what the leader was doing and maybe see where the lap traffic was going to? Yeah,
at times there was guys, you know, leading that were sitting ducks, like he was there for a little bit and he wasn't sure where to go, and then I was able to roll by him. So, yeah, it works out that way. But JD getting the flat, we were closing up on him pretty quick there, and I was like, man, he's got to have something going wrong here. So then when we get back to him in lap traffic, and man, I just kept putting myself in bad spots. I did a bad job of picking lanes and getting in dirty air and just not making the right choices, and that allowed him to get back to me. So can't thank everybody enough. Dan, D-Train's not here. Zach, Ty Torig here. He's given me an awesome opportunity, and we're trying to make the most of it. NOS Energy Drink, Petroff Towing, C&W Trucking, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Burlisle, Algar Performance, Holdren Construction, Tri-Valley, and there's so many people that make this deal happen. And to get my first one here at Brownstown is pretty dang cool.
I was just going to ask, what's it mean to finally get that notch taken care of? Now you got a check mark beside Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series winner.
Yeah, it's awesome. And, you know, I couldn't go this whole time without saying something about CJ. I'm a chassis builder myself, and to win this is very special to me because along the lines, everybody's copied CJ at some point. And I deal with, you know, race car drivers every single day, and he always said that the race car drivers are what's difficult. The race car is pretty easy. So, yeah, it's pretty special to get that trophy and be able to go up in the Blue Deuce Tavern.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Nick Hoffman. We're going to go over here and grab a word with your second and third place finishers. Brandon Shepard down here talking to Mark Richards and the crew, he's going to come over here and grab a word with us. Comes up 8/100ths of a second short here this evening. How about a Brownstown for your runner-up tonight, Brandon Shepard. Shep, walk me through those last 8 or 10 laps. What did you need to do? What did you need to maybe do different to be up there where Hoffman is?
Well, not give him the lead in the first place there. But no, we got to lap traffic, and I was trying to charge hard through the middle to pass the lap cars, and I think that's where I made the mistake of, most of us had soft left rear tires on, so I would charge that middle, and I could just feel myself getting worse and worse because I would slide from the center off. And I think I overheated my left rear tire there, and that was, then I wasn't as good when I got down in the bottom when I had to start, Anyway, long story short, I, made a few mistakes there leading the race. Sometimes you don't really know where to go. I, didn't really know where to pass them lap cars at exactly. But Nick did a good job. Them guys have been fast all year, and proud of my team. Mark, Dan, Austin, Joel, my beautiful family here supporting me and slinging T-shirts, and my dad and my grandpa, all the great sponsors on this race car. Just super thankful to be up here on the podium. Hopefully we can get one spot better tomorrow. We definitely got a car to work with for sure. This XR2's been really good. So.
He's going to look for his first Jackson 100 win tomorrow night. It's Brandon Shepard in the Rocket 1. And the driver that's going to round out the Big River Steel podium here this evening. Good points night for him. You never want to hear that. You always want to be up there on the up there where the 9 is. But how about it for your third place finisher, Devin Moran? Third place run up from 10th. Not a bad way to celebrate your birthday yesterday, right?
Yeah, you always want to be in victory lane, but yeah, it was just kind of chaos out there for a little while. I'm fortunate for JD for getting a flat, and then I don't really know what happened with Ricky and Hud, but unfortunate for them guys. But all in all, a great night for us, I really felt like we had a good car there at the end, and